Hey, I'm Supats, lifelong solopreneur. Now living my life with only one passion to help solopreneurs to launch their digital products on fast track so that they can be profitable as fast as within 1 week, and they want to scale, they can join the membership. And as a bonus, I show them how they can sell their digital products all over the world using affiliates. Without further delay, let's get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to New Beginning Inspiration for You podcast. And we are keeping our promise as every time we are having a special guest who will add value to your life, your business. And today's guest is really special because I haven't interviewed anyone with this background. I haven't interviewed anyone till now who is specialized in building the team. And today's guest, actually, Michael Neal, he is specialized. If you look at his profile and so many years of experience and all the accolades, he is specialized in building team. And without me going into details, let's invite him itself. And hey, oh, I didn't know even you were a Dr. Michael Neal. So I want to know more about your doctorate too. So without further delay, let's get
Uh,
started. The stage is all yours. I want to know more about your story and success and
all right. Well,
how you
thanks so
got
much, Sue, for
started.
having me on the podcast today. So, I'm an optometrist and more accurately described as an entrepreneur trapped inside an optometrist body. That's how I describe myself. Um, I have uh, uh, I have a software company that finds amazing team members for private practices and small businesses around the country and Canada as well. We are in over 40 states plus Canada. And the whole process is automated, does not use resumes, and is based upon candidates' natural strengths and talents. That's
So is it only for
no
optometry or any
any
field?
healthcare field. Yeah, we have clients in
Oh.
over I think it's 11 different healthcare professions now.
And how about digital? Because I work with mostly in the digital industry. So can we take your strategies
Hmm.
and apply
Yeah,
into
it
even
works for
our
any
field?
entry or mid-level hiring position. We don't hire doctors, we don't hire CEOs or senior executives like that. We focus on entry level clerical positions, administrative positions, that type of thing.
So you provide services like agency and one-on-one, or you have a course, that digital course anyone can follow and follow your
It's a
system.
done for
How
you
does it
service
work?
for our clients. So they pay us to take care of everything for them. They tell us, it starts the consultation call and they tell us what they're looking for in their business or their healthcare practice. And then our team writes the job ad, publishes it to over 20 different job boards. We we take that information, the candidates that start to come in, and we run them through our screening process. And this is all automated. It's done via text message for the candidates. And then when they go through all the way through our process, our software will give them a thumbs up if they're a terrific match for your position. And if they aren't, they gently exit our process.
So the people you hire, they are basically locally working at the field, or you hire also even
Virtually
remote?
all local. So the way we work best is when we are getting people into your physical business. Now, it could be done virtual as well. That's the easy part. But the hard part is getting them to walk through the front door of your physical business.
So how did you get started?
Well, yeah.
Because optometry and this means it's yeah, you can say there is a link, but there is still means I haven't seen any optometrist actually converting his passion into this
Yeah,
field. So I
absolutely.
want to
Well,
know
it
more.
started with having all kinds of hiring problems in our eye care practice in rural Pennsylvania. And necessity is the mother of invention, right, Sue? So it started there and it grew into a solution that solved our problem incredibly well and expanded to to some friends' practices, and then friends of friends, and then next thing you know, created a company, and we're doing this around North America.
Yeah, that's good. Means, you saw the problem, you saw the challenge, you provided the solution, and you didn't keep the
Yeah,
solution just with you. You started sharing with others, and started solving other people's problem, and you got rewarded because you solve other people's problems. You are making the business very simple. It is really simple because people complicate things, but you simplified
yeah.
everything.
Thanks.
So, no, yeah, I thought you wanted to say something. So, what about the healthcare? Means, there. See, I have a healthcare background, but actually, I left healthcare long back.
Yep.
Now I'm more into computers. I have a pharmacology background, and I work for pharmaceuticals. So, not
Mhm.
directly into healthcare, but still related to healthcare. And so, how the challenges are different in healthcare field, because this is a very sensitive area. Means someone you hire must be really, really qualified, because you're playing with people's lives, their organs, and all. So how does it
Well,
work?
the people that we're looking for are everything we do is based upon assessing candidates' natural strengths and talents, what they're actually good at. And the reason we do that is when you're trying to hire people in a traditional sense of using resumes or having interviews, resumes nowadays are the vast majority of the information on there is flat out made up. AI wrote it, or anybody who's actually good at creating a resume. And if they're not good at creating a resume, you have no clue whatsoever what they did. It's just a work history. That's it. And it provides no information at all
Mm-hmm.
for what they're actually good at. And that's the most incredible thing. So essentially, when you're trying to hire via resumes, the reason that the process sucks so incredibly badly and the outcome is atrocious and you get deflated and upset and very emotional is that you can't win this game. It's not a winnable game because the information you're making the decision on is completely flawed. And that's why we ditched that approach in our solution, and we figured out how to, in a super easy way, assess what a person's actually good at. And that's where our software matches what they're actually good at to what the position requires. And that's where you get the magic, Sue.
Yeah, that's really means, yeah. Everybody knows, because so if someone says like, okay, I never lied in my life, and then someone says,
Yeah.
okay, show me your resume. So I remember that joke, and you reminded me that joke, and I'm really happy that your software, yeah, tackles that challenge. And yeah, means, basically you are serving your clients in a way better way. Absolutely great. So how do you get the optimal performance from the team? Because I know your hiring process is so great that you assess what they are good at. And but does it mean that they will get along well, and they will provide the optimal results for
Well,
your
I think one of
clients?
the biggest things that people either don't attend to or ignore with team members is that we bring on folks who are A players. We're not, we bring on some B plus players, but there's really nobody who's rated lower than that. When I say rated, what does that mean? Well, it's obviously arbitrary, but these are folks who are fantastic at what they do. What makes them fantastic? They show up for work. They do pretty much only what they're outstanding at, and then they go home. These aren't drama queens. These aren't folks who are trying to spend time on anything but work, because they actually like what they do. They enjoy what they do. And in healthcare in particular, it's super important to find people who like to help folks. You would think that everybody who applies for a healthcare position wants to help people. It's categorically the opposite. Most people don't want to help people. They want a stable paycheck. And so what we're looking for is essentially a niche of the people that apply. And that's why our software system rejects almost everybody. We, on an average position, we reject over 95% of candidates. Yeah. And
Oh,
so the important thing about that, Sue,
oh
is none of them waste
wow.
your time as a as one of our clients. You don't get 100 resumes that you need to buy a new toner cartridge for. You don't get the paper cuts. You don't look at your desk wondering what on earth do you do when you see all these candidates and they all look the same. You have no idea how to pick the winners out of that process. Whereas with our approach, it's completely done for you. When the software gives a thumbs up, we even take it one step further, and we do a one-way video interview on the candidates. And then our team reviews those responses. What's amazing about that is they can't game it. There's no feedback for them to tell the interviewer what they want to hear. You're just talking to the webcam on the other end. And what our team is looking for is not necessarily what their answers are, what their responses are. We're looking for how they answer the questions. It provides a tremendous amount of information about the candidates by doing it that way.
So, can you elaborate on changing your strategy, how it benefited your practice, your own practice?
Well, we went from 14 people down to recently 9.5. The net income or the gross income went up by 50%. The net income almost by cutting headcount by that much. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's believable. And in fact, early on in this process, I was on a podcast with a financial planner in the healthcare space. He got a lot of pushback from his listeners. And I said, well, I know they don't believe me, so let's get on a Zoom and we'll go through the tax returns. Now, this wasn't a public Zoom, obviously, but it was between he and I showed him the tax returns, and that stopped. I'm not claiming anything that wasn't accurate. So how did that transformation occur? It occurred by our outstanding operations head, who would take a look at the very low performers on the team, bring in a high performer, and the low performer was moved to another position elsewhere. That sounds a little bit aggressive, but I'm here to tell you that those low performers are unhappy in their jobs. They don't like to be a bum in the job. They don't like to not excel or not do well. It's just they're in the wrong job and they don't know what to do or don't know how to get out. Or most importantly for entrepreneurs, they don't want to disappoint the entrepreneur. So if you can't switch them to a job that they're fantastic at within your organization, help them find one outside your organization. You are doing them a favor.
Yeah, I heard about this strategy, but many many people, they have trouble implementing it because they really don't know what someone really likes. Because sometimes if someone is in the wrong job and wrong kind of work they are doing, they may not even enjoy it and they may
Right.
not be producing to the perfect. But your software and your strategy seems to be working. And in our podcast, actually, we I'm spiritual, but I don't talk about either religion or politics. But still, I think Elon Musk need to get your program, because right now the things which are happening and the way people are getting fired, I really am not sure whether they are getting more of the productivity. But anyway, I'll just talk only up to that and I won't go any further. But yeah, because many of my friends who were working for federal government and they got fired and all. But I hope he has your strategy so that just means you reduce the number of workers and you increase the means basically output and your results were better. I hope that our
Well,
government does the same.
I really can't take credit for that.
Yeah.
I invented the process, but my team was my ops, the head of operations for both Build My Team and our practice was the one that conducted it. He gets the credit for that. And as far as Elon and that type of approach goes, it's not limited to him. The extremely high performing CEOs, they already do this. And for the way that Musk does it, he's looking for what have you done. They don't care about resumes. They don't care about the school or anything like that. It's what projects have you led, been intimately involved in, and what was the outcome of those projects and how long did it take you? So they do it that way, but for entry level clerical, administrative, middle management positions, that's a tough thing to do because a lot of times those folks aren't intimately involved in those big type of projects, and they definitely have no engineering background or anything like that. So his way and those super duper high end entrepreneur executives, they have their approach to do it. Our approach is battle tested for entry level clerical administrative type positions.
Yeah, and I also thought he's trying to do AI automation, means by firing people when, as far as possible, do the AI automation so that people are not needed. Means I might be wrong, because
Yeah,
I
I'm
really
not
don't
sure
know
that.
the details, but I'm just talking from the layman's point of impression.
Yeah.
I'm just talking from that side, and just because it was related to, yeah, your topic, I just mentioned. Otherwise,
Mhm.
generally we don't go into
Right.
either religion or politics. Yeah, though I'm spiritual, and but
Hmm.
spirituality is different from religion, so no talk
Yeah.
about religion and politics. So anyway, so what changes have you seen in the staffing industry? Because I had a placement firm. I place people for jobs, and that was a while back. Because I have been a solopreneur almost whole of my life, and when the monster and LinkedIn became prominent, actually my percentage went
Hmm.
so down, and the tech companies, they wanted high volume, low percentage commission rate. Actually stopped my placement firm. So you tell me, what changes have you seen into the
Well,
staffing
we've been in
industry?
this since 2018, and we're not a traditional staffing company by any means. We don't have a talent pool or anything like that. We start every search from scratch. And so what we've noticed over the years is that the applicant pool has shrunk by in healthcare, which we're specialists at, the applicant pool has shrunk by about half. It makes it so hard for um, for people who don't use our approach. I simply do not know how they're getting team members onto their team that are good. I don't know. In a lot of cases, they aren't. With our approach, the number of candidates went down. It became harder for our team, but we tweaked our algorithm to adjust for that, and we're doing great.
So that's the main difference between the traditional staffing company and the team, the way you are building.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. So what are the biggest challenges medical professional face in
Well,
case of
that
staffing?
most people want to stay home. Entry level, the type of folks that work in a healthcare practice, a lot of them want to stay home. And so there's a dichotomy of workers. The ones that want to stay home, sit in their PJs all day, and the ones that love to be surrounded by people. So it's a little bit of a forcing function for our purposes that folks who want to be out and surrounded by people, they're applying for the positions. The folks that don't want to leave the couch and like to hold an Xbox controller all day long, well, they're not good fits for a doctor's office or a small business in the first place. These are not. Some folks are fine working at home and busting their butt and being super productive. It really doesn't happen that often, however, and so the people that are applying for these healthcare practices, they want to get out of the house. A lot of times they have kids at home or other things like this, and this is their showing up for work in person is their break.
Oh yeah, because I worked from home so many times, and I always heard,
Right.
yeah, mixed opinions. Some people say that, I cannot work for myself, I cannot discipline myself, I cannot create structure for myself. And even if you are working for other company, but you have working from home, you have to be disciplined enough, and you have to create the structure enough so that you are
Right.
doing your part properly. And yeah, I heard other people also that, yeah, I just want to go away, and it's just too chaotic at home, it's just too much. So it's my break
Right.
actually when I go to work. So yeah, you are absolutely right, because
Yeah.
I heard both the sides. Yeah. So, what are the results of hiring based on the assessments and yeah, so resumes and prior experiences? You shared the results about, but means are these kind of results even your clients are experiencing? Because you shared about your own, but your clients are
Oh,
also having
absolutely.
similar
It's
kind
not
of
unique
results.
to one practice. It's so widespread. I mean, there are some pockets of the country that aren't experiencing this as much, but the vast majority have it all over the place. And that's, it's frustrating because patients want to come into their doctor's office, have a great experience. And in a lot of practices around the country that we aren't working with, that is a real challenge right now. It has nothing to do with the doctor. It has everything to do with the fact that they can't get the team members in. Because the thing that folks don't really realize, the doctor gets all the credit most times for what happens in the practice, but they're not providing much of the care. The interactions with the patients, I should say, they provide the care directly, but everything else is done by team members. So the front desk person who you walk in the door to see, the secretary who booked your appointment before you even get to the practice, somebody ran your insurance, made sure that that's all done. Then you get ready to go see the doctor, and you see a technician before you go see the doctor. You see the doctor, you have your exam, and then after that, somebody's going to take care of you on the way out, get you checked out, set up any future appointments if necessary. So you take a look at that entire kind of that circle of the care process, and the doc's only one person in it. The team does everything else. So if you want to have a terrific experience with the doctor, you need a terrific team. It's very hard to deliver that terrific doctor experience if you don't have a terrific team.
See, we are talking about the team, but let me give you let me share my experience with one of the doctors. I had a lunch appointment with one doctor, and her lunch time was 12 to 1. Means she's out of her office 12 to 1, and we were having lunch, and it was like 1:15 and all. I said we should go because your practice hours have started. Hers is private practice, but started. You need to be in your clinic, right? And she said, "Oh, don't worry. Patients, they're supposed to wait. They will wait. It doesn't matter if I go half an hour late or 45 minutes late." So we are talking about the team morals, means team should perform properly. But what about the person who owns the practice has this kind of attitude? Because I was really shocked to see the attitude. She said, "Oh, the patient, they're supposed to wait, and yeah, let them wait." It was means it's not like that she was having something really important. We were just having lunch together, and when I pointed out your time is up, we should go back, she just took it lightly, and I personally didn't like that attitude. I didn't feel it was professional. So have you dealt with such kind of clients? Because we are talking about team moral, and they should perform properly. You have algorithm to check their assessment and everything, but what about the person, the client who is hiring you? Have you come across with this kind of
Yeah, I mean,
attitude?
our clients sometimes need help in other areas as well. But as far as the waiting times go, I mean, on the doctor side of things, that's a very interesting perspective that she took about making people wait. I wouldn't personally agree with that. However, I would say that from a team
Yeah,
standpoint, they definitely don't like that one bit. Because what ends up happening is the team has to deal with, well, where's the doctor? The doctor will walk into the room 20, 30 minutes late, and the patient will plaster a smile on their face when they're ready to strangle the doctor because they just missed an appointment right after. So the doctor very rarely gets flack about that, but the team always gets it. There's no escaping it. So when you handle yourself like that as the doctor, it becomes very difficult for your team. And, you do that over and over again, and the team can just look elsewhere for work. That's the problem.
yeah, yeah, you are absolutely right. Yeah, because once even I was in for my appointment, and my doctor came like 2 hours late, but she had valid reason. But still, and then she called me and she said, okay, you can go home and we can set up appointment again. I said no. I left aside, I kept aside everything. I came here.
Yeah.
I want to finish the appointment and I want to go home because I really don't want to go through this ordeal again. But I went and I changed my doctor because of many reasons, but that was one of the
Yeah.
reasons. Yeah. So how do you implement a successful profit sharing
Well,
plan for your team? Because if they are so vital, they should get
in our
profit too,
practice,
right?
we do profit sharing, and I think it's incredibly important to do that. Just taking some notes on our discussion here, but it's incredibly important to do that. And I'll tell you why. The, the, the main thing that I've found is, um, I like to call it goal alignment. If you as a business owner and your senior team have complete goal alignment, then you're not battling. There are no battles. There are no major issues. There's no, I mean, it's the one thing you can do that moves with the one lever that moves the 100 pounds or whatever that quote is. But if you don't have goal alignment, then you are going to constantly have some level of nagging issues. And why does that happen? Because if your goal and your senior team's goals are not identical, they're going to be doing their thing and it's going to cause friction for you, for the business. And then imagine what that looks like for the team working underneath them. Oh my goodness, it becomes all kinds of problematic. And from a leadership standpoint, that's very difficult to get the business off the ground. So there's there's a company that does consulting where they kind of got famous for one of the British Olympic rowing team. And the concept is, will it make the boat go faster? That's all they did. So the British rowing team prior to the Olympics was terrible. They I don't know what their place was, but anyway, they ended up winning the Olympics for rowing, and they went from "you have to be kidding me" to the best in the world in such a short period of time. It was shocking. The filter that they used for all goal alignment for the entire team, leaders included, the support team, everything. Will it make the boat go faster? That was it. Now, why am I talking about rowing in a entrepreneur episode? Well, quite simply, that's all they had to do was make the boat go faster than everybody else. Sounds super easy, right? Well, if you read about this, it was stupendously difficult, but they had one goal. So every single person associated with the British Olympic rowing team was on the same page, same sheet of music, same notes, same bars, same pitch, same instruments, identical. They all focused on one singular goal, and look what happened, right? So now if you've got, like most businesses, you've got the person in the back yelling when to row, and one person's rowing with one oar, one person's rowing with 3 oars, one person is facing the wrong direction and rowing against the boat. I mean, this happens all the time in businesses, right? But you can't do that and have a successful business. So that's why goal alignment is usually at the top of my list.
Yeah, so it's really, yeah, means when you are giving goal even to your teams, so they also feel sense of ownership because it is not just owners'
Yeah.
goals, it is means everybody's goals. And when you do the profit sharing, even they really feel the sense of ownership. That is really great. So they were how does building a strong team help enhance the patient customer experience? Because that is
Yeah.
what we are
And
looking
it goes
for,
back to
right?
that circle that I talked about. When you look at a small business, it's not the owner that is providing all the service. Most times it's the team. And the best way to measure this is on Google reviews. You take a look at the Google reviews. they're not in healthcare. They're not reviewing the doctor very often. Sometimes, if the doctor screws up in their communications with the patient, you're going to hear about it. But generally, that doesn't happen very often. Most of the bad reviews come because one of the team dropped the ball, and patients just light them up for it. On the other hand, the good reviews come from everybody, like the amazing reviews. So that's really where you focus your time. Is taking a look at how to get remove the weakest link and just continuously build these positions until you don't have these weak links on your team. And that's where you start to see stuff really take off.
I just want to share one of my experiences, and it's in the healthcare field. My physical, I go
Mm-hmm.
yeah, once a year. So a couple of years back, I went for physical, and my results were not so good. My cholesterol and yeah, all results were actually really not good, and I kept on calling doctor and I say, okay, tell me what I
Right.
should do next, because the if all results were kind of bad, and that time actually I was recovering from major damage and all, and doctor never replied me back. I kept on calling, never replied me back. I never got an answer. I say, please tell me. And 1 year after that, I went for physical, and I took care of. I did the research, and I implemented. I took my action on my own, and then I went for the my physical, and my all results were improved, and they were actually in the optimal level. Means nothing actually to worry about. And I started kept on getting the message from doctor that doctor wants to
Mm-hmm.
set up a video visit to discuss your results. I said, there is nothing wrong in my results. When my results were bad,
Yeah.
I kept on calling you and you didn't even bother to reply me, and now my results are really perfect, near to perfect, and now why do you want to talk to me? And I was really mad, and I replied that way. I said, no, my results are fine, and why do you want to talk to me? I don't want to talk to you, because everything is actually within the parameter. When last year they were bad, you refused to even talk to me. So is it their algorithm problem, or what was it? Because when the results were bad, they were not willing to talk to me, and when the results are perfectly fine, they want to set up a video appointment with me. So why is it
I
so?
don't have an answer for that. I think perhaps you made the right decision by switching doctors. I'm not sure. The other way to approach that, if that happens, is to just reach out to the practice, usually speak with the practice manager, and ask them if they can help explain what's going on. Sometimes stuff falls through the cracks. I guarantee you the doctor has virtually nothing to do with anything you just said. Sometimes they don't get the messages, you know. Um, it all depends. Patients will send emails to practices and with all kinds of information in it when it's best done as an in-person visit. So who knows? There's all kinds of. I can name 10 different ways that could have been handled differently, as could you. But the fact is, you were unhappy as a patient, and that's not meeting anybody's needs or goals.
So you mentioned about your software and your
Yep.
software assessment and all. So why just experience is not enough to prove my ability for that particular post?
Yeah.
Because everyone just goes by experience, right? Experience. Oh, I have experience is this particular field, and that is what they yeah, means of course you said resume, but that is what they highlight. They study what is the post and accordingly they highlight, but still they might be having relevant experience. But so why just experience is not enough in the
Because
hiring
during our
procedure?
process, we measure how fast somebody learns. So it's one of the first things we measure. If they learn very quickly, experience becomes largely irrelevant. That's not the case for licensed positions, obviously, but for unlicensed positions, experience becomes largely irrelevant. When you come into a position with experience, unless you are working in darn near the identical situation that you were at the previous position, most of it doesn't carry over. Let's say, for example, in a practice, you're using different software. or in well, any business, you're using different software. You still have to learn the software. What the challenge is for somebody with experience, they have to unlearn and then they have to learn. The unlearn takes a
Yeah.
long time, way longer than you think it does. Whereas somebody,
Yeah, and also the attitude is like that. So, yeah,
yeah,
whatever I know, it's better. That is the best, and so
right.
unlearning is
And
really
somebody
hard.
without
Yeah.
experience can come in, pick it up very, very quickly. They don't have the bad habits that have to be undone. It is exceptionally difficult to undo bad habits. Really, really tough. Versus, why don't you just create great habits from the start?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So I was looking at actually your website,
Mhm.
Build My Team, and it really looks amazing. So you want to tell more about where people can find you and more about your website and about means if someone wants to know more about your
Yeah,
services,
thank
where they
you.
can find
They
the
go to
details.
www.buildmyteam.com, take a look at the website. We have all kinds of information on there about what we do, how we help small businesses. But the main thing is that we will find you outstanding administrative, clerical, entry and mid level. We even do managers, outstanding team members. This process is absolutely incredibly effective, predictable, and reliable at finding these team members. Our service doesn't cost anywhere close to what most people think it does. It's very affordable and it's fast. So if that meets your needs, give us a call. Set up a free consultation with one of our team members. It's all scheduled, so it's super easy for entrepreneurs, and that's how we can help your business or small practice or small business.
So what is the yeah, sorry. So what is the minimum number of people means basically should someone is looking to hire because if someone
Yeah,
is looking just for
easy.
one or two people means
Yeah.
can they approach you or
We,
they have
oh
to
yeah, we have clients
just
who
one or
order
two
one
is fine.
person at a time. That's fine, no problem.
Oh, oh, okay. So your prices don't vary too much if someone buys a bulk, if someone wants 10 people or someone
Yeah,
wants ones and
we
all.
have two
So
pricing models. One
still,
is for a one-time hire where somebody wants one person or one position filled, and the other is what we call our membership. That's a significant discount off of an already affordable price, and that's for people who want to hire more than one person.
that is really amazing. So membership is like monthly or
It's
annually
a
basis
small
and
monthly
they can
fee with a
renew.
vastly reduced price. Yeah,
Oh, that
it
is a
worked
really
really well
great
for our
deal.
clients. Yeah.
Yeah, so I asked whatever questions I wanted to ask, but in case I missed out on something and you want to add, please feel
Well, I think
free
the
to
main
do
thing,
so
Sue,
right
is
now.
that your listeners, if they're having problems with this type of hiring, oh boy, do I not only understand it, I am deeply empathetic about how awful this process is. It affects every part of your business, it affects your home life, your personality, everything. I went through it all, and it's awful. It doesn't have to be that way. There's a new way to do it. Just like AI is a new way to do things, well, our approach is a new way to do things, and we get incredibly predictable, fantastic results.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for coming. Yeah, and blessing our community. Our community is our family and really appreciate it. It's a great service because team is together, everyone achieves more. And the right team is really like a blessing. It's like
Yep.
heaven on earth. And it's really, and I have seen, I know I have a team, and if someone is good at heart, someone is trying hard, and even if they do mistakes
Mhm.
means I give them chances because bottom line I'm looking whether they are enjoying the job or not and whether they means their intention, that is what, because many times we judge other people by their results and ourselves just by intention. So if their intention is right, yeah, and so team can
Yep.
make you
Absolutely.
or break you, and you are actually handling the I think it's the most vital part in any business. And now means basically I lifelong I have been a solopreneur. Now I become entrepreneur and almost small business owner because of the team. And I understand it's more than anything. And I have actually my friends they are really high achievers when they were in the school, and then they got into the career field, and then they said, I have nothing to do with people, I'm not going to manage people,
Hmm.
I'll just do my job. And it's, oh my goodness, I said, you are gold medalist and you don't want to. She said, no, 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 I just will do my job, and that's it, nothing. So I know it is so important because it can be really great experience or it can be really
Hmm.
frustrating experience. Because I remember people saying, when I was into network marketing, and someone had asked, okay, what is the best part about this? This is dealing with people. And what is the worst part about it? Dealing with people. So, yeah. So it is a double edged sword. But hey, if someone like you, man, your team, if you can handle that part properly,
Yeah,
it can
that's
be
what we
really
do.
heaven on earth. So thank you.
Thank
Keep up the great work. Really appreciate what you are doing because you are solving the major problem small business owners or even big business owners are having. And we really appreciate your work.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much, Sue.
God bless you.
It was great talking with you today.
Yeah, too. Thank you.
Success stories from busy professionals just like you. After buying multiple courses and never implementing anything, I was hesitant to try another program. But the combination of ready-made content and the implementation setup done by the New Beginning team made all the difference. I launched my first product while still working my full-time nursing job. And I'm now making $1,200 per month in additional income working just evenings and weekends. Sonia K., registered nurse and digital creator.
Hey, thanks for joining us. We are blessed to have you as part of our community, and whatever way we can help you, serve you, let us know. Please subscribe and let us know how we can help you, what resources you want. We have lots of free resources and also free collaboration joint venture groups you can join and explode your business, because most solopreneurs quit their business before they launch their first products, and I don't want that to happen to you. And that's why we have special launch service where you can monetize your digitals and become profitable as fast as within 7 days. And if you want to scale your business, join our membership New Beginning Success Collaboration, where we'll provide you MRR and PLR products and collaborations so that you can scale your business with ease and effortlessly. And hey, if you want to sell your digitals all over the world, yes, we will provide you affiliates more than 200 countries. So everything is possible. Just live your dream, follow your dream, and whichever way we can help you, do let us know. Thank you and God bless you.